Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Oh, there's a delay. That's why. All right, cool. So you guys can still hear me, yeah?
I
Yeah,
can hear you fine.
You're loud and clear.
Perfect. So I'm gonna put this right here just in case people come in. I can see it. All right. So yeah, today I've been going through some stuff with trying to figure out funnels, and I guess I'll ask you guys some questions, but the biggest thing is I'm really heavy on building out these machines, right? Like machines in the background to just keep letting us basically have something working for you in the background that if you go to sleep, if something happens or whatever, you don't have to spend your time, you're not trading your time for money, right? And so I came across some pretty cool tools. That we can dive into, and I haven't set them up. I actually was gonna probably wait for this call on Sunday to do it live, or to at least just walk through my strategy. I waited until today to do that because I think one, just so you can hear and see my thought process behind it, and two, I don't know, I can bounce ideas off everybody to see what you guys think too. Um, so I know, I mean, I would imagine for everybody here is like, we got to get clients, right? And there's there's so many ways to get the clients. One of them is, I'm always watching just people that have been doing this for a long time, and they they have spent a lot of money to figure it out, right? So we can shortcut. One of them being Alex Hormozy and his wife Layla. I'm sure everybody, all of you guys have, $100 million leads, $100 million offers. You know who Alex Hormozy is. Um, Another one is Jeremy Minor or Jeremy Minner. I don't know how to say his name. He, you know, he does the sales and the seventh, what's it called?
Seventh level.
Seventh level. Um, and who else do I follow? Um, I've always followed Russell Brunson, and the biggest thing I do with Russell Brunson is I just like to funnel hack, right? So I'll go through everybody's stuff. Neil Patel is the SEO guy, and I mean, my real estate website
oh my
is
God.
exactly the exact same thing as his website. And when I was building that out, I wanted to make sure I had the right funnel. I built it exactly, how his website is. And then Lead Gen J, right? I've actually been talking to him for a couple months now. We've had a couple Zooms. I've been telling him and showing him kind of what we do, what our AI is. And so I follow his website. I follow all his YouTube videos, his tactics. And so, uh, oh, it's all right, Andy. I'm looking at your comment. And so really what I would like to show you guys today is kind of maybe three tools that we can use to automate. And if you watch my course on the high ticket prospecting, this will kind of be like an add-on to that, because uh, it just gets everything organized over here, while you can do everything over here and still let this function, right? Um, so maybe I'll go around and just ask everybody kind of like, what what is what are the ways that you guys are getting your clients right now? Like, how are you guys doing it? Maybe raise your hand so I can, not everybody talks at once, but Yeah, Scott, what are you currently doing right now to get clients?
I have been very lucky. I have gotten referrals. So I have gotten into some high co level companies that have my ideal customer in their base and working from the top out. And that's keeping me pretty busy right now. But I'm also waiting this week for my email farm to be fully warmed up, and we'll
Yeah.
be following that process. And I did have a question on one of your um, methods today, but I'll wait till everybody's kind of had a chance to go through what they're doing.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, and even if you don't have clients, like what have you tried in the past that is not working, right? Because man, this once you get this figured out, this is like the hardest part. And then once this happens, then you can have a flood of clients coming through. Like who else has not or what are some of the things that suck, right? Maybe I'll start picking on random people. Like go ahead,
I
Scott.
can tell you going into Facebook groups has been rough lately.
Going in the Facebook groups.
Yeah, they're just so full of crap now. It's hard to find what you're looking for.
And what do you mean? Like, what are
Well,
you?
like so you read through comments and looking, I'm changing the groups that I'm going into, but being in the home services space, initially trying to go into like the groups that are specifically for those niches are just full of a bunch of other marketers and not really what I was looking for.
You know, Nick, I've been doing something that's quite interesting. I have a large database of people I've connected with. And after just um, watching you a little bit, I went back to the old school way of me doing things. And I've been reaching out to people and just saying, hey, what's your next project that you're doing? What's the next marketing thing do you need help with? And some people have said, yeah, not doing anything right now. Some people have said, actually, I am working on something that I wouldn't mind hearing how you can help me. And that blew me away because I'm like, no, no, like you had said, me and you had talked, and you're like, I don't really use a script. And I was like, you know what? I really don't need to use a script either. I'm just going to ask people, what are they working on? And do they need a marketing consultant to help them? And
Uh,
that's been helping me.
nice.
So
Now, how much time has that taken, and how many clients has that turned into?
that has taken me, I just jump on and do maybe an hour's worth of time, and that's turned into 3 clients. They're not huge clients yet, but I've gotten my proposals out. One deal closed for a prepaid project that I'm doing for 6 months, prepaid in advance. And another one, I just did a website bundle proposal. We call them smart sites. And then I have 2 other ones and one I'm working on. And I didn't do a lot with that. Maybe
Okay.
like a few hours, maybe.
Okay. I mean, yeah, that's good.
And I'm
Um,
looking at specific spots. So just like you had taught in your lesson that you look for the type of people that are going to want to buy. I
mhm.
specifically have been looking at trade shows and different things for people that, because I know if they're spending here, they're going to need assistance in other areas that they may not already have.
Yeah, exactly. Okay. And okay. And so, but that creates, so what I want to show you guys today is like, how do we create something where it's working for you in the background so you don't have to spend that hour, right? And so, I mean, to start out, that's awesome. I mean, I've been doing that too. That's where I'm at. I'm like, man, this is getting old now. Like, this is a lot of work. It's a lot of work. I don't mind doing it, but at the same time, how can I keep doing that and still have something over here working for me and supplement it, right? Like that's the ideal situation. That's how we scale. That's how we scale this. Yeah, Brandon, what's up, bro?
I'm in a similar situation with Scott getting the cold email system set up. And it's just a matter of like focusing on one channel at a time instead of getting distracted by doing a bunch until one's kind of dialed in. and know how it works, and then sort of start doing multiple. Like I will start time blocking probably as early as next week when my emails start to warm up and be like, hey, focus on sending X amount a day, move to YouTube. I just finished watching your YouTube module in that prospecting course. Um, and another thing I've noticed, and I've heard other marketers do this too, is Reddit. I find a lot of threads in the Reddit comments that could really, you know, where you can just really dial in because that kind of is a more elaborated conversation than the, like YouTube comments. There's content there, but it's more conversational based. So I've been thinking about looking in some of those threads because there's a thread on, every topic, every subtopic. You can really dial in and see what people are talking about and some of the topics that you've outlined for searching on YouTube. Type that into Reddit. You'll find a plethora of threads and people talking about those sort of solutions. So
That's funny that you say that because
yeah,
that's what I'm looking into right
yeah.
now is Reddit and even just running ads to Reddit
Mhm.
and Quora.
Yeah,
Um,
for sure.
I started actually last night with an ad for Quora, but I woke up this morning and it got rejected and I got to figure that out. So I scheduled a call with them. But that is one of them too. And this it solidifies kind of what I've been trying to tell everybody for the past couple months now is we got to go find where these people are hanging and just plop ourselves in front of them, right? And so Reddit and Quora, where those people are talking, the Facebook groups, Upwork, Fiverr, the freelance websites, LinkedIn, and now how do we find those like automated, right? Because I mean we're all running automated software companies pretty much, but how do we get those people to come to us and want to like work with us, right? Or they find us, where we have the solution to their problems, like what Kathy was saying, is in a natural way, right? Because she's like, I don't use the script, and I don't use a script. I'm not using the script for this video, right? Like, I mean, I have an idea of what I want to talk about, but the idea really is to just be natural, go through and try to figure some stuff out by automating a lot of the stuff that we need to make this really happen. So one of them here, I'll show you, I'll share my screen. One of these is can you see my screen? No. Now you can. Let me pull up. I don't know where that thing went for who comes in the room or not.
Oh, Nick, I was looking this up a few days ago, automating Instagram DM messages.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there are a lot of people on Instagram. Like I run ads right now for this Sunday Fun Day for getting into my courses. So I have two types of businesses, right? I have the custom builds, and then I just enjoy helping you guys do this. But at the same time, it's also a business, right? Because if I can help you guys be successful and get you into our group with Adam and Brendan, then I can get on your sales calls to help you close them. And then it's a win-win-win for everybody, and we all are making money, right? So this whole side of this business came out of nowhere because people were just asking me for help, and I was like, well, I might as well, help everybody as long as it's a win-win-win, right? And so, and that's what I mean is for me, this side of the business is really growing quickly because I guess I'm taking my knowledge, giving it to everybody, and people want to be a part of it. People want to join. How do we get to that point with the clients that we want to sell custom builds, right? And so now I'm trying to mimic this from my posts in the Go High Level groups. Like last night, I mean, I made one post. I'll show you what this looks like. Like these are the content posts that I enjoy writing too. It's like, they're fun because you get to measure kind of the success based off the writing, right? And so I made this YouTube video, maybe some of you have seen it, but selling SaaS with open-ended questions, right? And this video is basically the second step to getting all of this organized. And I'll go through this, but I wrote this long thing, right? Here's a few. Some struggle with finding the clients. Most don't have a system in place. Most don't have a way to scale this, because if you do get a client, you don't have number two working in the background. And that's kind of what this is, right? And so I made this video, and then if I go to my YouTube channel, and I think YouTube, if you guys can create a YouTube channel, man, this stuff does work wonders. Like, just in the past 24 hours, well, I posted this last night at like 2 in the morning. I got 19 subscribers, and like there's people watching this video right now. Between 9 and 10, 8 people were, like, last night at midnight, 51 people were watching it, right? And so you can see this spike. That right there, it's not gonna amount to anything right now, but over time, more people will start showing up in these calls. More people will start joining the Go High Level Mastery group. And excuse me, more people will just start to be a part of everything, right? And so it's kind of like a community. I've never built a community before. And it's because I was always trying to force it, right? I tried, but now I'm just kind of being myself, and people are listening because it's working, right? And so how do I go and find these people to either join here, watch my YouTube content, buy my course to help teach you, join Cody and Raul's the 7-figure group? How do we get them into the Go High Level Mastery group? How do we get them on the partner program? How do I help them sell their deals, right? And and then ultimately, how do I find other companies, like medical companies that I've been working with? How do I find financial institutions? How do I do all of that, right? And so exactly what you said, dude. Brandon, like Reddit has a huge thing of people just trying to figure stuff out, right? And we can just plop ourselves right in front of there. I didn't know that they were a public company. I just saw their stock price. So, like, I don't know. Brandon, what were you typing in yesterday?
Nothing in particular. Sometimes when I'm looking at certain softwares, I'll look at reviews, right, to see who's actually using it and what they're saying about it. And then that's sort of the path that I was going on. I wasn't doing a specific search for, like, AI automation, AI chatbot, whatever. But then I
Yeah.
started to see what people were talking about. And I'm like, okay, this is definitely a channel like YouTube where you could dig in a little bit deeper and really kind of potentially put yourself in front of those people you're talking about finding.
Yeah, like,
No,
I mean, I just typed this in. This is 27 days ago, so I would say that that's pretty recent. This guy, he posted it. This is 26 days ago, 25 days ago. I don't really know how to use Reddit that well, but I mean, you can post your website right here, or post a video, right? You could make evergreen content and then drive everybody to that funnel, that spot, right? And then, figure out best CRM for high volume leads, like figure out different types of keywords, right? And so I'm gonna show. All right, now I'm gonna kind of show you kind of what I've been working on, is to figure this stuff out. There's something called VidIQ, right? And VidIQ is, and I'm also not trying to confuse anybody, like trying to pull them off their path, right? Right now, you guys have your cold email farms being working on, right? With Lead Gen J. Um, and what's it called? And then now you're waiting for that. Brandon, you're looking into Reddit. Um, the funnel for that is to at least make a landing page, right? To where If you're posting on Reddit, you're sending them to that landing page. If you're sending an email, you're sending them to that landing page, right? So the landing page or the place that you're going to send them, whatever you're going to do in your cold emails, can still be the same for any other source of traffic where you're going to get it from, right? And so for me, like I'll send everybody either to my landing page or I'll send them to my YouTube channel with a video. Why? Because in the comments, the links have the landing page, right? So let's say, you are going to do, I'll say law firms, but I'll say law firms, but maybe that's not the best. Yeah, that we could do law firms. I don't know. You guys tell me which one. What do you want to work on?
Law firms are a good one to look at because lawyers tend to be the hardest to get in front of oftentimes because of the gatekeeper. Um,
Yeah, that's what
all
happened to me. I
Okay, so
couldn't talk to any of them.
on lawyers, what you guys do is, and this is an old trick from the Yellow Page times, is you call them after hours. Because if you call them after hours, oftentimes if it's a smaller firm, that's the one that's building, the guys that are building, they're gonna answer the phone. So we used to call them between like 5 and 7 o'clock at night when their assistant was gone, and that's how we got in front of them.
Okay.
Um, then on Reddit, what I wanted to mention is that with Reddit, something I used to do in one of my old companies is I would explain things, but in a video. Because if you sell too heavily on Reddit, they will boot you. So all the content has to be informative. But if you're informative and you link it to a video, that video is evergreen. So I would literally spend time with my phone and I would make video comments and just either tell them, hey, I saw you need help with this. It's easier for me to explain it in a video I made for you. Click here. And I would even do that in the Facebook groups and stuff. And that helped me to have people calling me years later because of the video comments that I made rather than regular comments.
Yeah. Well, that's my point is if you can make evergreen content and continue to send people to it, and content doesn't have to be a video, right? It could be a video, it could be a blog post, it could be, and like that thing that I showed you guys the other day, the ENC funnel that I made, a landing page, right? And so now this program that I use is called VidIQ, and this is specifically for YouTube. But you can see how many keywords are being searched and then kind of the overall, like, is it hard to rank for it and get organic? Um, and you can go even further and you can just start running ads and pick videos on YouTube, right? So any of these keywords right here, like best CRM, these are buying keywords, right? How to make an AI chatbot for my business, or best CRM, or top 10 CRMs, right? And so those are keywords where people are kind of doing the research and they're making a buying decision. They just need your video or your content to basically get everything uh, solidified for themselves to say, okay, I know this. I know that this is what I want, and this guy looks like somebody, that I trust that I would sit down and have a call with, right? So I've been looking at this stuff, trying to figure out uh how to make content or which content I should focus on, because now this is telling me where the people are at, right? So the higher this number, you can do this related score, the higher this number and the lower the competition and the search volume, like this is a good video to make. Best CRM software for small business, right? And you know that there's 2,300 a month searches for this, and you could rank pretty good for this on YouTube. Now, if you have a new YouTube channel or whatever, it's going to take some time. Like this is a long play, but we could be smart about this and we could make we know that these people are on YouTube, so they must also probably be on Google, on Instagram, on LinkedIn, right? So we kind of get an idea for the market of what this is, where this is at, right? Best CRM software for small business, right here. And so what I'll do is I will take a combination of these, right? And then I'll run into ChatGPT and I'll say, can you give me variations of this keyword and position it for my own company? I run a custom build SaaS software company where we make AI chatbots. We can help small businesses grow and handle all sorts of things with Go High Level. I'm saying Go High Level here because ChatGPT knows what Go High Level is. I don't necessarily want to talk about Go High Level because the people searching for this don't know it. So I want to focus on buying keywords, and I want to focus on buying keywords and use the video to educate them on the Go High Level CRM software. Basically, these people have no idea or a small idea about Go High Level from their research. Give me, I don't know, 20 keyword examples. So now we can go, look, this one might be pretty good. AI powered CRM. So I'll come back over here. So I would save this, right? This one is a good one. Best CRM for small businesses. Then I can come over here and type in and then related keywords. So this isn't really, this doesn't have a lot. This kind of does take some time to figure out where the keywords are. But like, maybe you just delete AI powered and put AI CRM. So that's a little bit more. Maybe you can put like AI chatbot for Go High Level. Like you got to play around with it. Like that one has 1100. Go High Level tutorial, Go High Level CRM, Go High Level. So I'd come back, right? Because we're trying to find a good one. Have you guys ever used vidIQ or like Ahrefs or anything for like what's it called? SEO?
Yes. Um, and I would say the method that you're looking at is great if you're building blog content too.
Yeah, it is. So
So
look, this one we found this has 89,000, right? So now what if we put in Zoho alternative? I bet that will have a lot. Maybe not. But it does have 1,200 searches, right? So Zoho alternative, maybe you could put in Salesforce alternative, right? So maybe you can Salesforce Alternatives. Like this would be a good, this would probably be a good keyword. Salesforce alternative and Zoho alternative, right? So then you could come back over to here and type in Salesforce alternative. Like this is 2 months ago. Any CRM alternatives for HubSpot and Salesforce. Yeah, like HubSpot would be a good one too. All right, and now you're starting to see where all these people are talking about this stuff. And I bet these guys, like this guy probably owns one hash. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe he's trying to get stuff, but I bet he's like this guy probably owns this one, right? So these guys are doing this.
Nick, can I ask a quick question?
Yeah.
Have you ever worked with anybody who's needed you to migrate all their stuff from one CRM to go high level?
No, but I do see that stuff in the freelance websites, like
Yeah.
inside Upwork and inside Fiverr. I haven't done that, but I mean, I would take them on as a client
Yeah.
100%.
That's a huge undertaking. That's one thing that I've
Yeah, it
thought of.
depends on what how big the company is.
Yeah,
Because the other thing is they're going to be super worried about, you know, are these people going to know how to do this? Like we can't lose these tags. So if we import all these people over, everything is segmented depending on how sophisticated they have it in the other one. But yeah, I mean, Adam and Brendan would 100% be able to do that.
for sure.
I wouldn't do that. That is out of my league, and I have no interest in doing that. But I would take them on as a client. So like, where did I go? This guy. This guy's doing that. What works and does not work at HubSpot? Have you considered the cost of re-implementation? Unless the current, so I bet that this guy right here is probably the owner of this company, right? And I bet he's getting traffic in here and he's plopped it in front of the right people because any CRM alternatives for HubSpot, right? I'm currently using HubSpot, but I'm exploring other CRM options that might be better for my needs, email marketing, and have a few tools, right? I'm looking for alternatives that can integrate with all these tools, other similar functionalities. Like this guy right here is literally looking for our stuff. I didn't know you could chat with them, but you can chat with them. Um, I think Reddit is a very what is that word called? I think it's underrated because everything is right here. You just have to find a good place to post your stuff, right? Maybe I should post some of my Facebook posts in Reddit. I got kicked off of Reddit years ago. They banned me from my username. I don't know why, but I can never log in.
I know why. Reddit, you can't really market yourself like that.
Like
Or you're not.
self-promote.
Yeah, it's not meant to self promote. That's why when you're answering things to help. That's why I would do like custom. Back in the day, I would do custom videos because that was the easiest way for me to respond to something. And that's what I would say. Um, and they also want you to engage too. So if you're not engaging and like voting up on different things, they'll limit how many comments you're allowed to make as well. So Reddit takes a bit of work.
Yeah. Or you could probably just run ads. Like I would just run ads to it. I don't know how much ads
Yeah.
are, but I bet it's cheaper than Facebook and Instagram.
Back in the day, Reddit used to be extremely lower cost in running ads. Like I'm talking 20 or 30 bucks to reach a couple of thousand in certain groups.
Yeah,
So
that's not bad. So this is something that I use is VidIQ. And I use it just really to see the traffic and see where should I spend my time. Like on this one, I mean, Salesforce alternative and Zoho alternative is probably something that I would do. Um, And then I would try to figure out where would I post it, right? So you have Zoho CRM, Zoho Alternative, 1200, very low competition. So people are searching for that. All these 1200 a month are looking to buy something else. Like, I mean, Zoho Recruiter, Zoho Alternative for mass emailing, Zoho Platform Alternative. So all these different keywords, look, all these different keywords are pretty good. Zoho CRM Alternative, Best Zoho Invoice Alternative. I've used Zoho and it's very difficult actually. Every time you click on something, you have to open up a new subdomain to access it. So then now this is what I was looking in the other day is how do okay, so let's say now we've made a video. We made a landing page for it. We did something for that, right? And Zoho Alternative is really like honed in and it's really specific. So I don't know how you unless you found inside Instagram like I don't know, a hashtag Zoho alternative. I don't know if Zoho would be on Instagram like that, just because that would be the last place I would go look for something about a CRM is on Instagram. But you can follow some things on LinkedIn. You can get things done on Quora. Quora is pretty big too. Quora is where everybody asks questions, right? So what's the best Zoho alternative? And here's the cool thing is that Quora comes up on Google, right? So you don't have to worry about getting your stuff on Google. You could just leverage Quora because your stuff is going to populate inside Google search, right? So like this has 18 answers August 17th. You have all these people talking about this stuff. Now, I haven't used Quora. I'm gonna start really looking into it. Um, but what I'm seeing is like whoever's showing up here and this is just this post, right? Like best CRM software. Like here's October 15th, 303 answers. This right here is like there's only 300. There's not that many, but those are targeted people. And you can jump in here and you can start answering their questions. And kind of like the Facebook groups that we were talking about, Scott, like you've been having bad luck with the Facebook ones, maybe you move it over to here because this is where people are searching for it. And on top of that, it's going to populate in the Google searches. That's one thing that is pretty big about Quora and Reddit. You could write like a detailed post and then have people go to schedule a meeting with you or something. Now, I don't know the rules of Quora or Reddit just yet. I do know the rules of Reddit because I got kicked off, and just like what Kathy said, is you got to be involved. So it might take a little bit of work, but we know that these people are here. They're targeted people. Like this is September 27th. That's within the past month, right? Today's what? Today, yeah, that's exactly a month ago. So this is still a live thread. I mean, this is 10 years ago. So this is completely like pretty much non-relevant now. Um, 2 years ago. I don't even see anything about Go High Level in any of here, right? And you could probably go into here like how to use Go High Level. how you overcome them, right? So, and you can even start your own stuff too. Maybe you kind of play the other side of it. Like you could act like you're somebody else. Like I'm trying to add AI into Go High Level. What are you guys using? And then have everybody tell you, right? And then you can reach out to them and talk to them. So that's kind of my Reddit and Quora thing. I'm exploring that right now, and I'm gonna put some time and effort into it because I want to build out these automations so that I have my cold email working, my freelance Upwork working. Now I want to move into like LinkedIn. So this right here is something that I found called Aario, and Aario will go in and post on LinkedIn, Twitter for all the different topics that you give it, right? And it uses AI to comment, but it's starting to get engagement. And if your social profiles or your Facebook or your YouTube or Instagram is all about what's it called? Is all about what you're selling or what you do, then it might it might get some clients. Like I don't see why this wouldn't get clients. This will do, let me see. Yeah, so look, it does it on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, Reddit as well. YouTube, like in my course, I talk about YouTube comments on YouTube, and I was doing that manually, which it's fine, but now I have an outlet right here, and yeah, Scott says he's used Aware. I assume it's Awario. You typed Aware, but that might be because you're autocorrect. Um, like this actually might help me, right? Because now I can post everything on YouTube comments in an automated fashion at scale. So I'm definitely going to look into this. I heard this actually from Lee Gen J in one of his videos. And if he's using it, then I know he's getting business from it, right? So these are the types of things that I pay attention to help us get more business as well. This one I'm gonna definitely use. This one right here, power in, this goes out and comments on your LinkedIn. I've been using LinkedIn. I'm not really good at it. I have so many, I have so many, um, what's it called? Followers on LinkedIn from my corporate days of medical device companies, like high-end people, vice presidents of marketing divisions within pharmaceutical and medical device companies, where I know for a fact that we were using Salesforce and they were spending over like 150 grand a month just on Salesforce stuff. And so all right, Jeff, I'll see you soon, man. Have a good rest of the day. And so, it's like if I can start putting content out there on LinkedIn, now I don't think it's the same type of content that, my Instagram followers, it's more higher end content, right? But if I can go in and I can have power in comment on things regarding AI in their CRM, or the other side of it is these corporate companies they're not on top of this stuff like we are. So you got to kind of create this problem of like, you guys are doing something completely wrong and you're spending a shit ton of money. Um, okay, so Scott says Taplio. What's Taplio? What is that, Scott? How are you using it?
Sorry, I was muted out. It's a same kind of the same idea that you're using with Power. And I use Power and I didn't really care for it much. You have a little more control with Taplio. You can go in and do comments. You can schedule posts. You can build lists of people that you want to, comment on each day. I use it a little bit more manually than it can be used, but I just find it to be a pretty cool interface.
Okay, so from my understanding, this one, Power In, is you give it topics. Like, let's say someone's like, I hate Zoho, or, you know, what's I don't know, how would I utilize AI in my business or something like that. It will find that content and it will go and it will post on your behalf without you even doing anything. I guess you give it kind of parameters to follow. Is that what Taplio does?
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of the same idea. I use Power in its very earliest stage, and I did not find the content to be very good. But I think, like anything over time and learning to do prompt engineering better, it's probably fine. I just have kind of used this one again. I use LinkedIn a lot more manually. You can see a lot of the AI stuff, and it's obviously AI stuff, and people get pretty ticked off about it.
Oh, with Taplio?
No, with just if it's just a generic kind of comment.
Yeah,
So
I can
one of the
understand
things I
that.
like about Taplio is I can actually scroll through it. I'm looking at people and I actually want to make a comment on the post, and I can use it to create the comment. But I can look at that comment and edit it before I actually post it to make sure it's something I actually want with my name on.
Yeah. Um, Andy says, I heard LinkedIn can easily ban automation. Would love to hear if you guys have experience of when the account getting banned. Yeah, I haven't. And again, Andy, like I'm following some stuff that I seen Lead Gen J talk about. And so, this is if he's doing it and there's a proper way to do it, right? Because there's a spammy type way, which I could totally see LinkedIn, any platform. If you're gonna go in and spam, yeah. But if you're writing, it's all about the funnel, right? So if your entire LinkedIn profile is set up as a funnel, then making a comment, engaging with people, they're going to click on your profile and then they're going to click on your website. So everything has to be in line, right? And this kind of goes back to, you know, how do you want to get people on a call? How do you want to get people involved with your stuff? I have my stuff broad. I actually don't even have a website anymore. I accidentally fucking deleted it inside Go High Level when I went through everything. I deleted the whole landing page, so I have to go to uh Wayback Machine to look at it, and I'll have to copy it all over. But I think sometimes things happen for a reason. Maybe it was just time to change up my website. Um, and so, maybe it's just the email funnel. Maybe it's like, hey, I can sit down and talk to you, or send them to my Upwork profile, right? Like it doesn't have to be anything crazy to get them in. But the reason why I want to do this today was to show you that there are tools out there that we can really start to automate different things in our prospecting side, right? So my course talks about LinkedIn, Facebook, YouTube, uh, what else? Networking, right? But I want to automate as much as I can there to get people to go through and make meetings with me. And maybe for me, I should send them to my Upwork profile. Um, I don't know. I don't know. And then Scott, you mentioned the profile strategy. Um, Maybe the profile strategy, I don't know. My LinkedIn, I don't really have a strategy on my LinkedIn. Like,
The LinkedIn strategy would be very similar to what you're doing on your profile strategy. You're building your funnel on your profile, right? Of kind of, what you have there is fine. You just want to go in and who you are, what you do, and have a call to action. Like the call to action, is your assessment, so that there's not 16 different things, and then you can use the services section for different things that you actually do. But your about section will be very similar to your profile that you would put up on Upwork. You just
yeah,
want
this is
you just
actually
want to make it
straight
very
from
personalized,
Upwork.
not so formal, right? It's like everybody seems to want to make this so formal, and it can be very good if it's more like this, where you have your emojis and who you are and everything is pretty good stuff. So
Yeah,
I had a question on your profile strategy. When you actually build out those profiles, how long did it take you to actually get any traction when you don't have anybody that's interacted with it or any, any history on it yet.
On the like the Fiverr and the Upwork.
Like Upwork. So I had my VA go on and start building a Upwork profile for me, but I'm like, before I go do this too far, how long did it actually take you to get, how did you get the traction to that to have anything where you had the clout to make it work?
I haven't gotten any traction whatsoever from it. What I've been doing is I buy the connects and then I go and apply. That's a manual process. I go apply for the things for like the jobs. Now, this is where that whole sell the proposal started because I was like, I need to get some reviews. So what I started doing, this is how I came up with the strategy, is I needed reviews so that I could naturally pop up in the search results for Upwork or Fiverr or people per hour or whatever the one that you're going to use. And I was like, all right, maybe I should just sell this document so that I can at least get reviews. And that turned into me selling the proposal to them and then the whole thing that I teach in the course, right? And so um I don't have any traction. I don't really get, let me look. Like my
I think you
Upwork.
answered the question though. You're using using it to go, apply and then get that, can we get on a meeting where I can show you what I do?
Yeah, like this one here. I'll show you. Actually, I had a meeting the other day with somebody from here. Like, look, here's find work, right? AI automation and integration engineer, right? Like this guy has spent $70,000. So I would come in here and you're responsible for technical aspects of implementing AI to enhance marketing initiatives, right? So sometimes they come in and they think they know what they want, or they probably wrote this with ChatGPT, but they don't really know, so they're looking for an expert, right? And you can come in here and you can apply for it, right? So what I would do, this is how I get my traction. I hit apply, and now they just added something in here, which is way better for me, especially like writing is cool, but I would rather just record this video right here for 3 minutes and go through and say, hey, what's up? I was reading your requirements for this. I see that you want AI prompting, API integrations, and stuff like that inside all of this. We have a strong foundation. I know Python, you know, and I'm trying to just get a meeting, right? I don't know Python. But when if he books a meeting with me, then I can get him onto a call, and now I can just go in, I can take control of the meeting and start asking them questions before they start saying like, okay, how long have you been doing Python? Like, bro, hold on, wait a second. Let me ask you some questions first, right? Because one, I'm gonna gear it towards go high level. I'm gonna gear it towards what's it called? Uh AI chatbots in this case. I lost my train of thought right there. I don't know why. And so, he thinks that they need AWS. Maybe they do, but they need Zapier, they need Make, they need everything. He's researched everything. I mean, if they have, or if they've spent 70 grand, I'm sure they have a business. But now this is where we come in and we can say, I can show you my bot. I can show you my experience of what I've been able to do. You know, where this really starts is with a project scope. You have a lot of stuff written right here. Like we gotta both get on the same page. And if you hire me or you want to work with me, we can work with that. But if not, you're gonna have a working document now from everything inside your head because this whole description is a lot. Ability to translate marketing needs into technical requirements and implement effective AI-driven solutions. What does that mean? Like, that's like, okay, you have leads coming in. What do the leads want to do? Where do you want to put them? How do you want the AI to speak to them? Do you have a calendar for someone to jump on with them, right? Like this sentence right here is an entire project scope document in itself. So you sell that to them for 250, for 150, whatever it is. And then they start leaving you reviews on your profile. and I do it with the connects. So like this one requires 15 connects. If I spent the 15, then I'd only have 37 left. So I gotta buy new ones. Um, but that's how I get my traction. I just go through here and they just released this new video thing. Look, website chatbot development requirements. Install with a few lines of JavaScript. No custom coding required. This should be done by embedding our site. This actually might be the same company, unless I don't know. But that's the way I get the traction.
That makes sense.
Look, need help adding chatbot. I mean, that was 50 minutes ago. That was 26 minutes ago. That was 24 minutes ago, 10 minutes ago. Like every single day, this stuff is popping up. I mean, there's hundreds. Go high level funner builder needed. Instagram growth and DMs sales specialist, right? Like here, I mean, you could probably talk to them about the AI chatbot. They don't even know. They don't know about that. They want Instagram growth and DM sales specialist. So like the DM sales specialist is the AI bot. Now these guys are in France. They've never spent any money. Sometimes these are hard to, you don't know, like, I mean, do they have money or is this like some kid living in his mom's basement that wants to, he's watched too many YouTube videos and he wants to now start this and he has a $10 budget. But that's how I get the traction is I just sell the project scope document.
That helps. Thank you.
Yeah, no problem. I'm just going through here. But the new thing is for here is that video ability to record it's like a 3-minute video. I just feel way more comfortable recording a video. One, you make yourself stand out, right? So they can pick up like your vocabulary, your accent, your expertise from a video rather than from typing it, right? If I put a hook in the front, they're gonna watch the video. I had a call the other day with somebody about that from a video. So, but yeah, so I'm 100% gonna use Quora. I'm gonna use ads for Quora. I just have to figure out why they won't approve my ad. I'm gonna look at ads for Reddit, and then I'm gonna try to figure out this auto Instagram DM and posting comments on things inside LinkedIn. And I don't know. I mean, I'm new to it. It's all new to me right now. So it's gonna take me a couple weeks, maybe a week or two to really see the results from it. But if Lead Gen J is doing it, then there's a strategy behind it, and we're selling high ticket stuff. So if it costs me $200 to get a client, $300 or $400, and we're selling, $10,000 software, $8,000 software, I'm okay with that. Like I'll do that all day. If I can spend $200 to get a client, I mean, obviously I want to get it lower, but you know, so does anybody have any questions? I'm what's called I can help you. Andy, you can talk here instead of chatting. You're the one throwing my thought process off because I'm reading your comments. You can
Hey
do
Nick, have you ever seen, let me move my microphone. Have you ever seen something called Apex?
Mhm.
Apex?
Yeah, I have. That's basically you're able to manage all your ads in one location, and I think you can do it with inside Go High Level. Is that right, Scott?
I haven't played. I got a couple people that have used it. Some have had some decent experience, and some others have said not worth the time. So
Oh, really?
one of those you've got to kind of put your toe in the water and see what you get.
I believe, sorry, Scott, this is Brian. I believe UpHex is focused specifically on Facebook ads.
It's somebody showed it to me. They said this is what they were going to start using for because it integrates with Go High Level, but they were going to start using it to advertise. It's like AI ads on Facebook, I
Mhm.
think. Let me
Yeah, it's
see.
like an ultra simplified version of the ads manager, basically, like super
Okay.
user friendly.
Or Facebook Ads Manager.
Yeah.
Ah, okay. I'm I'm still just trying to set up lead gen J and work. I,
Jay?
I got, yeah, I got 40 hours that I've committed to another agency freelance. So it's like, I'm trying to work it all in. I'm just behind.
Well, did you have him set it up? Because he'll set it up for you.
Yeah, lead gen J I'm in the process now with them.
Oh, okay. Okay, cool, cool.
Yeah, yeah. And then I did my Upwork because I have got some decent jobs Upwork. I got a pretty good website off of there and a few things. So I did my Upwork and did LinkedIn. I changed I changed what I'm focusing on. I was doing accessibility, digital accessibility on LinkedIn. So I updated my profile there and I posted, that I've opened this new company and I've got a bunch of comments. I should go back in those comments, I guess, people just saying congratulations, but so this is all good. I just overwhelmed, with the 40 hours that I'm doing with that agency because I talked them into doing, they're an affiliate of mine now. So now I'm trying to do their stuff and trying to grow my stuff because I'll make more money on my stuff. But yeah,
Yeah, of course.
yeah. But I do have a couple affiliates. So
Nice. Yeah, I think I'll tell you right now, the cold email marketing it works. Um, what I'm stuck at right now, I have in the last 4 weeks, I have a 98% open rate of 1,118 emails sent out, which
wow.
is wild.
Yeah.
But the problem is I'm not getting meetings. And so now I know that my offer sucks. So me and my partner, he went back and he made a video. We're gonna make a landing page because we're getting a ton of clicks, but no one the clicks, they go to just my Go High Level calendar. There's nothing there. And so there's everybody's falling off there. We sold two for 5 grand for a database reactivation. And the one is actually it's not working as well as we wanted to because the list that he gave us is just like a random cold list. And what happened was everybody wrote back stop. So it put the messages at like a 9.8% opt-out rate and Go High Level and Twilio shut it off. And so I need to put parameters into that. Like I'm gonna probably have to give this guy his money back. But it's got to be like, no, you have to have a list. You have to be running ads. You can't just send me a list for the past 6 years and expect us to, get you clients from a cold. I mean, we could just go and just download a list of people randomly and then just start texting them. We can't do that. But I know now that 98% open rate, a 28% click rate, they're going to a landing page with just my calendar, my offer sucks. And I did that on purpose. I wasn't gonna go make videos, make a landing page, do all this without having the data to tell me, okay, the emails are working. The people are clicking on it. The content in the emails are great, but now we need to give them the outlet of why should you book a call with us, right? Not just a random landing page with a calendar. I mean, ideally, I wish that worked, but it doesn't.
I took down what I started with a year ago. November is actually a year ago. I've been doing this and very little traction, but I took down this funnel page that I made. It was a 4 or 5 funnel page, made a website. A website is basically, I made a homepage that's kind of unique. That's mine. And I took the core 4 pages, the demos, updated the content so it wouldn't duplicate content for SEO purposes. And I'm just going to use that and then maybe create a landing page or something within there. Just because it's got all those demos and it gives information about the stuff, but I want them, my holdup in advertising that site at all is I don't want them to just think it's all pre-built stuff. I'd rather do the custom stuff.
Yeah.
So, yeah. What do you think of that, Nick?
My
You think that
experience is
okay?
if you can keep everything super simple, and if the wording, like, I'll throw together a landing page, but if the wording hits what they are looking for, the graphics, the videos, none of that stuff matters. It's like, you know, are you speaking the language of the potential client to a point where they're like, yeah, I need this. Actually, Adam and Brendan, the reason why I ever joined Go High Level Mastery, I found him on YouTube. This was maybe a year and almost a half ago. I found him on YouTube, and his first sentence from his video was, are you here because someone dropped you in to Go High Level and you felt lost or like a scam or something like that, and you have no idea what? And I was like, how did he know that? Because
Yeah.
some guy scammed me and put me in Go High Level, and he just wanted to get the affiliate stuff, and he promised me this, promised me that, and I paid him like $6,000. And like after the third week, he was gone, and he's got his Instagram account where he's driving like a Bentley and a Mercedes, and he's traveling around the world and this, that, and the other thing. And I'm like, hello, bro. Like, I thought this was going to be automated. Oh, yeah, talk to my project manager. He's going to handle it for you. And then he connected me with some guy in Colombia, and we had more fun talking about things in Spanish than we did talking about the stuff that I paid for. And I was like, all right, dude, I'm done with this. You guys screwed me over on this. And that's how I found Adam and Brendan. And their page was pretty simple. It wasn't anything. He just had a video that said, like, do you feel ripped off from a previous agency dropping you in to Go High Level? And I was like, yeah, that's exactly what it is. I didn't even read the rest of the page. I'm like, yeah, this is what I need.
Mhm. Well, I was working for another agency, another freelance agency, and she added Go High Level for her clients. Her clients were very focused in one vertical. And the only thing we were doing in there was setting up a simple workflow, for a lead magnet for this client and a calendar. That was it. And so I was on Facebook. I found them somehow on Facebook. And Adam said, if you're on the fence about Go High Level, there's a Black Friday offer right now, 3 months for, at $497, 3 months at $297. And you get lifetime into our VIP program free. So I jumped on it and I thought I knew Go High Level. And then I was like, oh my God, I am so lost and I hate this. This is not my thing, right?
Yeah.
I can't, I'm like, oh, I don't want to figure out Zapier and I don't want to figure this out. And so I did get with them. But if I can get this enough, because I went back to this other agency that I'm doing, the 40 hours for, they're struggling a little bit, but I'd like, and I took a pretty big cut to leave that other agency to go back to this agency for
Yeah.
both. So I'd like to get back up or more. I was figuring if we're making 30%, that would be the projected, handing this stuff over to Adam and Brandon and me make the 30%. if I do 30% and say, let's just say they're $10,000 bills. I know that's probably double, but I can do the math. So 10%, 30% would be three
3 grand.
thousand, huh? $3,000, right?
Yeah.
So if I'm looking as a sole proprietor to make $100,000 off of Go High Level a year divided by 3,000, that means I need 33 clients.
Yeah, you
But
can do
it's
it.
probably half
But the
that.
other thing, but the other thing is you also will make money on the back end, right? So
Oh, the 297. Yeah.
yeah, you can sell it for 297. I mean, I have a client that pays right now $800 a month, and then the majority of mine are paying 297. And so I think I am at about like, well, with this one, I'm gonna give him his money back. I, I'm like at $2,900 reoccurring a month, but from the 63,000 that we sold in the past 6 weeks, like from the LA up until now, I did like $28,000 in profit. And which is great. I mean, that came out of nowhere. It really just came out of sitting down and doing everything that I'm showing you guys in the courses in how with Upwork, with YouTube comments and things like that, just to try to find it. Now my shift is I want to automate as much as I can of that because it does take a lot of time.
Mhm.
Um, I like it, it's fun, but Adam and Brendan, by allowing them to take over and pass off the build, I'm in the same boat as you. Like I don't need to know exactly every single detail of how to do things inside
Yeah.
Go High Level. That's Adam and Brendan's job. That's why I'm in the partner program. That's why Scott's in the partner program. And that's where me and Scott now we get to focus on, okay, how am I going to go get these clients, right? And over time, if there's some of them that I've sold for $4,000. But my big goal is I want to get to selling this for 60, 50, 75,000 and have them pay, $8, $9, $10,000 a month to utilize this stuff because I know they have the budget. And it's not like trying to take advantage of anybody. It's I'm making you more money. If you're a pharmaceutical company and you're making $20 million a month and we're running this, I'm not going to sell this to you for $497 because I know
Yeah.
that it's worth more than that, right? They don't need to know that they don't need to know how the sausage is made, right? They just need to know this is the problem that you have, this is our solution, and this is how much it costs. And so that is like I need maybe two of those clients to make 100 grand a year, right? So get some things, figure out this process because it's from August until now, I'm really honing in on this process and understanding how this all works way more than what I did for the past year and a half. And at that point, now I have some things under my belt. I'll go into a meeting and I'll be like, yeah, I did this for 3 medical companies. I did this for a company raising capital. I did this for 2 financial institutions. I've done this for, I don't know, some of my other clients, like online coaches. So I have a diverse understanding of everything. But at the end of the day, all business is the same. You have point A to point Z, a new lead to the time they pull out their wallet and pay you. Everything else in between is my job to figure out for you and streamline it, right? And that's what I'm gonna charge you for. Because if you're gonna put in $1 with me, you're gonna get $7 back, right? And so at that point, what does it matter if you spend 10,000 when you're getting 70,000 back, or if you put in 1 million and you're getting 7 million back? It becomes proportional, and it doesn't matter because
Yeah.
if you told me that if I gave you $1 million, you'd give me $7 million back, I'd give you 1 million today, 1 million tomorrow, and 1 million the next day. Like
Value pricing, right? Yeah.
yeah. So um
So tell me,
I would challenge you to think, don't look at it like I need 33 clients. Look at it, I need 2 clients that are willing to pay me more and look for those clients.
gotcha.
Because the 33 clients that you're gonna go and speak with, those are gonna be the ones that are the HVAC companies, the roofing companies, all these companies that have been burned in the past. and it's not going to be sustainable. Like there's a book called 10x is easier than 2x, and I highly recommend everybody reads that book. 10x is easier than 2x, and it's by Dan Sullivan, I think. And I read that book. I've read that book twice now, just in the past, like maybe six, maybe since August. When I got on the flight to go to the LA event with Adam and Brendan, I read the book on the plane. And then I've read it again since. And it's exactly what I just told you is change your mindset into thinking that the higher clients, like we get scared about it because it's like, oh man, that's a lot of money. But really, you're 10xing it because those clients, they're the ones that are like, yeah, that's cool. It's 10 grand. All right, send me an invoice and I'll pay it. It's not, oh, why do I have to pay $297 a month? Like that's if I'm buying this and it's custom built, why don't I get to own it? It's like, dude, it's a licensing. When you buy your car, you have to pay for car insurance, don't you? You know, like, yeah, you own the car, but in order for it to be legal, you got to drive it. Our AI engine on the back end runs your entire AI. I charge people $800. I'm giving this to you for $297. Like, if you don't want to do it, and you're paying $5,600 for a software, and you got to pay $297 a month to run it. I'm running all the APIs, right? I'm doing all this for you, and then you get caught in these weeds, and it pulls you away, and it kind of ruins your you know like your motivation to an extent. But then I have conversations with some people, and I'm like, yeah, it's $5,000 a month or $5,000 to set up, and $800 a month, and they're like, okay, yeah, send me the invoice. I'll pay it in the next 10 minutes.
Okay. Yeah, I did do one. I'm still working with one. It was $4,900. And it was in the very beginning. And I personally have been working with it. And that's when I said, I don't want to do this. You know, I have tried to figure out, okay, so how does this work? How does that work?
What
So
does your day look like? Like you said, you have 40 hours. So that 40 hours is allotted to that new client, right?
the 40 hours is allotted to an agency I do freelance work for, project management and operations. And
But
then
they're asking you to spend 40 hours on doing work for them. Is that right?
yes, but the go high level stuff is after hours. It's not within, I don't have the time to do go high level within those 40 hours for them. But this client that I have for the 47, whatever it was, 4,700, somewhere in there, that's one of my clients. It's a business coach. And that's one that I didn't have Brandon and Adam do, which I wish I would have. But what this agency has come back and asked me is said, because I got him on the go high level, and he's like, all they really know is workflows, basically. And I'm like, this could do so much. But anything that I do in go high level within this agency, they have about 100 clients. And a lot of them could benefit from this, but it's me personally after hours, after 40 hours. You know what I'm saying, Nick?
Yeah.
So,
So
and then they
I'm
want to
trying
pay
to,
me a percentage, but the problem has been with them is they don't understand the setup. And I said, I can't do these anymore like this, because they were like, we're charging them $1,000 a month for this. So the 20% is $200. And they wanted me to do that with setup. That that was their setup. And I was like, no, this isn't gonna work. So
so you are basically a freelance. They hire you to handle all the onboarding and stuff for their agency, which has about 100 clients.
yeah,
And it's all within inside Go High Level.
not all 100 clients is in go high level. Their 100 or so clients are their SEO. It's an SEO company.
SEO company. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. So
So
what they wanted to do was use go high level because of course with SEO that's slow in getting leads. And so the attrition comes from the clients not getting leads. even if they're ranking higher, if they're not getting the leads that they need or they want, then the attrition is there. And so I was like, we could use Go High Level to create more leads for these people to retain them with the SEO services, with the PPC, or with the whatever we're doing for them. But I don't have time to do it in this 40-hour window. And I don't want to do it in that 40-hour window. That's like giving it all away in my mind.
Exactly. So what are you going to do?
Well, right now I've done 3 for him. And the last one I said we need to renegotiate because it's for an answering service for the health field, for all different kinds of health fields. And I didn't. He just says set this up, and I've set it up to where I've got a snapshot, and it's easy enough. But I need to go back and at least get. And I said, let me get some setup costs in place for this snapshot, because I don't want to include that as part of the 20% for the monthly. They're paying for everything. So I'm just getting the 20%. So I have to come up with some setup fees, and I don't want to build these myself either. So I need to get, what's her name? Tinkerbell Dia or something like that. I got to get with her. I need her information because I don't want to manage this stuff. And I have to get these builds where I can hand them to Brandon and Adam and let them do it. And I'm happy with the 20%.
Yeah, see so when you read that book, 10x is easier than 2x, that's exactly what it talks about. Is the agency is in a 2x mindset because they're nickel and diming you.
Yes.
Over things that you could get one client and make twice as much money
Absolutely.
than having 100 to manage and them putting all this on you, right? And so what's your relationship with their clients? Why couldn't you just go to their clients and be like, hey, like I have a way that can supplement everything that you're doing with the agency. Do you want to talk? I mean, there's your 100 clients right there that you could go and talk to. How do you not circumnavigate and be sneaky, but like you could go and talk to the agency and say, look, you guys are paying me pennies, and this is way more work than what you think it is. But at the same time, I'm here to help you. I can put you in the right position. I can put you in the right position. I have a team. You guys don't know this, but I have my team. And you don't have, however you introduce them to Adam and Brendan, and you can tell them, look, put me in touch with your guys, with your people. I can help them grow their business where they're gonna make enough money to even pay you guys maybe even more. Can I reach out to these people on my behalf? Maybe not position it that way or talk about that, but if you need 100 clients to make 100 grand, you have 100 clients right there.
Yeah. And then I wanted to get you on those sales calls. And actually, Nick, that was my consideration. I was thinking, I just need to talk to these people. They do have some HVAC and, water pressure people and roofing guys. And that would be small stuff, it'd be like missed call, text back or something, because I don't think they have any lists. But
so this agency is just doing SEO for them. So they're getting them to rank inside their Google My Business page, and then they just basically get a phone call. Hey, my AC broke. Hey, my toilet's leaking. Hey, whatever. And they're popping up within the Google My Business search results on Google, like for local.
Well, Google being, and they do web development, and web maintenance, PPC, SEO, Facebook ads, social media posting. So that's what their full agency does. And then, and reviews. And I'm like, all of this could be done in Go High Level, plus whatever else we could do to generate leads, because the attrition rate in SEO is very high, because SEO is not something you can tangibly see. You can build a website for somebody and they can see it. But when you do technical SEO, or no one knows what you're doing, they think it's all snake oil, right? So yeah, I have that list. So I just need to go back and renegotiate my offer to them for this. So I've just kind of
What if you told them like, I mean, I have upsells to sell you and my team will handle it. You know, it's $1,200 onboarding and it's $297 a month and you go resell it.
yeah,
I mean, that way all you're doing is passing those clients over to Adam and Brendan and making some money on top. You're selling it to the agency for even $197. Let them sell it for $297 and they're making an extra $100, which is 10 grand extra a month, which is an extra 100 grand for them.
yeah,
Well, yeah, 10 grand, 120 grand a year extra from just one simple thing that all you did was just connect them. And now you don't have to use your time and you get paid.
gotcha.
That's how I would position that.
All right.
I don't know your relationship with the agency if they're open to like listening, but you know, I mean, even if you wanted me to be on the sales calls, hey, me and my partner have an idea. I think I have a way of generating you guys an extra 120 grand a year for doing one little thing.
Okay.
And it can provide you a bunch of case studies because they're going to get all the data.
Sounds good. So you're saying like they would charge the client $12.97 setup and $2.97 a month. Is that what you're suggesting?
Yeah, I mean, or something like I don't know what the businesses are. I mean, if it's HVAC, if they've been a client of your agency for quite some time, they probably have some sort of trust with them, right? And so your agency would go to that HVAC company and say, "Hey, look, we're going to add in a CRM system for you guys. We have a lot of experience with getting this organized because you're having your leads come from our success with the SEO, right? They're still paying them because obviously they're being successful, right? And so now you go to you go to the agency and you set up a call and you say, look, you guys are kind of working a little bit backwards. I mean, we have some clients on Go High Level. We have some clients not on Go High Level. There's a lot of missed opportunity here. There's no standardization inside what you guys are offering these companies, right? And so you guys have your SEO, you have your PPC, you have your Facebook ads, but there's one piece of the puzzle that's missing that you could standardize. And what that looks like is an extra $120,000 a year for you with doing this one thing. Let me show you, right? And so now you can tell them, we can create a standard approach by having Go High Level manage all of your 100 clients inside Go High Level. We have add-ons, right? So to use Go High Level, you can charge it $297 a month. I'm going to charge you $197. So right there, 100 clients, 100 extra dollars, that's 10 grand a month, or that's 100 times 100
1,000.
is 1,000. Is
No.
Oh, I brought
100 times 100. 10, 10.
Should be
Yeah,
10,000.
that's okay. I was right. I was confused for a second.
Me
So
too.
that's $10,000 a month just off of offering the CRM as a standard thing. I'm gonna keep me as Teresa. I'm gonna keep $100. I'm gonna charge you $197. You're gonna go and charge them $297. You, Teresa, could have $197 a month for their 100 clients.
Yeah. I
So
see what
you just 10x yourself in just one simple conversation without having to worry about your time,
Got it.
right? And on top of that, now you can tell, I mean, you can go and tell them, listen, I have my team to onboard all these people. it's going to cost them an extra, a one-time fee. Talk to Adam and Brendan about it, but it's going to cost an extra $157, $1,500 to set it all up. And on top of that, now we have upsells. We have database reactivation. One database reactivation costs $1,000. One database reactivation costs $500. You can let them decide, and you can say whatever you charge, I get 20%. Right? I get 20% from that. Then an AI chatbot, since they're in my Go High Level account or license it, right? You can talk to Adam and Brennan, they'll sell them Marcus, they'll give them Core 4, whatever it is. Now you're charging an extra $97 for AI in their business, and they can go and upsell it and white label it for, $197. So that's now an extra just on the AI and the CRM software. So $100 for their CRM, right? I'm making up numbers. It could be any number, but you're charging them $197 a month. They're charging their clients $297. So they're making $100 a month off 100 clients. That's $10,000 a month right there. Now you add in AI into that and do the same thing. It's $290. They're selling it for $297. You're selling it to the agency that you're working with for $197. Now you're making 20 grand a month off things that you don't have to do.
All right. Can
Right?
we, whenever you have time, can we sit down with this? Because I think there's huge potential here.
Yeah, I'm down. That's what I'm trying to do is, let's do that, right? Where that's what these calls are for. I want to help you get to a spot, right? Because you're in the partner program with us, right?
Well, no, that was another question. I am in the VIP. I don't know if that's different than the partner program. I'm totally lost on what the partner program
So
actually.
the partner program is basically where you get access to Adam and Brendan, Raul and Cody, and myself to help sell, right? So Scott is in the partner program. Now, I did have a conversation with Adam and Brendan where in order for me to be on the calls with people and close deals, we got to have you inside the partner program because it makes it fair for everybody. They're offering a discount for their services.
I see.
I can't go and say, because I'm in the partner program, hey, Teresa, I'll help you sell this. And then Adam and Brendan give me the pricing discount, and then it's really your client, right? Like we can't do that. That's like, I don't know. Well, I guess you do. I do this on Netflix. I buy Netflix and the rest of my family uses it. But like that's what they're trying to prevent, right? And
How much is the partner program?
there's two of them, right? So there's the 990. So basically you'd upgrade your VIP. You'd
I am
still
in the VIP.
you would upgrade your VIP. It's $997 a month, but you get the Marcus AI. Or they have the $1997 a month, which I think is honestly, if we could land this deal, then it's a no-brainer. You get the $1997 a month one. And the difference between the two is the split. So the $997, it's a 60-40 split. The $1997, it's a 40-60 split on the build, right? So I'm not going to do the math, but basically, if you're on the $997, Adam and Brendan are going to say, okay, it's $2,000 to onboard all those clients. If you're in the 1997, they're going to say, okay, it's $1,200 to onboard all of them, right? And that is a big difference. So it does pay for itself, especially in this case. But yeah, I mean, let's honestly, probably me, you, and Cody should get on a call together so that we can come up with a strategy. Let me talk to Cody
Okay.
And let me, I don't know, in Facebook, we'll put a group chat together and we can all jump on a call to come up with a strategy to make that happen.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah,
Sounds
that would be
good.
a good idea. That would be a
All
good
right.
idea.
I gotta take my dog out. But
Yeah, no
yes,
worries.
message me if you would whenever you're ready on Facebook or you got my phone text too. Just
Yeah, I will.
yeah,
I will.
that'd be great.
Cool. Cool.
Reese, I second the partner program, just so you know. I think it literally helped me decide how I was going to run my business moving forward and opened so many doors. So definitely jump on the call with Nick because it will change what you're trying to do right now, which was what I was doing, was sell something and then build it, and it takes all your time.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
just I would highly recommend, follow up with Nick on that because it really has changed the entire scope of my business.
The partner program.
Yes, it did, just it opened doors that just weren't there.
Okay.
It sounds like it's expensive. And this is where it's like, if I put $1 in, I'm gonna get $7 back. If
Yeah.
I put 2 grand in, I'm gonna get 14 grand back, right?
Yeah.
Like up front, it sounds like it's a lot because, oh, I might not have enough money right this second, but you have, I mean, Teresa, maybe you haven't thought about this, but you have something sitting right in front of you that we just got to make a deal with the people. Like,
Yes. Yeah.
and the problem is you might just not know how to approach them, right?
I
But that's
don't
okay.
because
That's okay.
and I get one of them is he is a great salesperson and somehow I get sold with him every time. I'm like, why did I agree to that? It's
Oh,
what
the
I'm
guy. Yeah.
yeah. Yeah, it's like just keeps cutting. I'm like, okay, fine. But yes. So I'm excited. Let's do that whenever it's me and you or me and you and Cody. And then I'll look at the partner program. I just don't want to sit here on my laurels and be in a partner program spending $1,000 a month and not doing something. So
No, it has to make sense, right? I mean,
yeah.
I think it's literally just get the guy from the agency on the phone and position it like, hey, I have a way for you to make an extra 10 grand a month. This is what I'm thinking,
Yeah.
right? And so we have an upsell that's gonna expand your business. And on top of that, we can add AI in, which is gonna make it an extra 20 grand a month, right? Let me show you the math. Show him the math. And then he's like, okay, that's 240 grand a year extra for just doing two little simple things. 240 if all 100 people signed up, right? I mean, that's 100% adoption rate. But if he's a great salesman, let him go and sell it. You
Right,
know,
right, right. Yeah.
I mean,
Cool.
uh,
Okay.
so
And that's all just core four stuff.
yeah, I mean, with Marcus, I think it's even easier. It would be way easier.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Uh, Adam and Brendan should have Marcus done within the next couple of days. Um, they were running into some issues with the licensing, but from my understanding, I haven't spoken to them, but it's being worked on.
All right. Thank you guys. Have a good rest of
Welcome.
Sunday. I gotta run.
Okay, sounds good.
Bye.
All right, bye. Brian, Andy, Scott, anything I can help you with?
Dude, I just got to tell you, these calls are great. I was doing a lot while I'm working right now, but listening at the same time. I don't normally multitask, but
Yeah,
I've got
that's
the
cool. I hope that these calls are good. I don't know. This stuff is like it comes. That's just what I do every day. So I don't think that other people might find it helpful, but I hope that you
believe
guys do.
believe me, we do, because I get lost in the text sometimes, and I'm still finding myself, oh, I got to get this done, oh, I got to get that done, and not prospecting as much. And I sat down. It was funny. Friday, I was just sitting here going, I need to get out and talk to some more people. So I've been blessed with referrals of very large organizations, but I just hit my phone book, on my phone, like Rahul shows, and I just literally went. I said, hey, check this demo. So I have a very simple demo built out for one of our products, and every single one of them got back to me. Let's schedule an appointment next week. Every single one of them. I'm like, okay, demo works. So I'm also working diligently on the new inbound system that we're going to be connecting into Marcus when it's ready, and I can't wait. I was hoping Marcus was going to be ready over the weekend, but I
too.
also know how hard Brendan and Adam are working. So I hit up in the chat group. I was like, I'm really not pressing, but is it ready? And I just missed the notice. And he's like, nope, it's not ready. I'm like, I'm really not pressing. I promise. I had a day to burn if it was up so I could get my hands on it. But no, I think what you're doing really helps people like me that are, I'm an analytic. I've sat behind the scenes. I haven't done a lot of sales in the last 7 years because I've really been running organizations and dev teams and doing that. So stepping back out and doing this part and going, that's pretty cool. I think the idea of Reddit and Core is really cool. I've got a tool you may want to look at called CrawlQ, and it will help you do market research and interfaces with Reddit and Quora as well. It's got a learning curve on it. It's an LLM tool that will help you do work, but it does connect in. And when you were talking about everything you were doing, like I need to get that tool out and really dig in. I've had it. It's one of those things I've been paying for, but I just haven't really put the
Is
effort.
it part of Google? Is it a Google snapshot?
No, it is a tool kind of like you would use Anthropic or you would use, Chat GPT. It's a front end that connects to multiple LLMs on the backside.
How do you spell it?
Crawl Qs, CRAWLQ.
Oh, just the letter
Yeah,
Q. I'm
crawl
taking
Q,
Q
and I don't
U
remember it's
E.
com or just CRAWL, like crawling the web Q,
Oh, I thought it was QUEU.
or just the letter Q.
EUE. Data-driven insights, actionable strategies, and content that converts. I see.
That thing's kind of like a go high level stuff. It's very, very complex. It's very sophisticated. But yeah, the learning curve is very, very steep, in my
It has a
opinion.
very, very large learning curve on it. So what I'm probably going to do is take my content person and have them learn it because again, I'm trying not to be the end all be all of everything, but I'm like what you just laid out there, I'm like, we should pull that tool out and dig in. I've had a Wario for several years. I bought it on an AppSumo deal a long time ago. It's a very cool product. I mean, it's one of those, I've got more AppSumo stuff than I know what to do with, but once in a while you get gems. That was one of the gems that came out of it. So I'm digging in. I am working my way through, I'm looking forward to implementing the cold email this week. I'm driving everything to demos. I mean, that's more my style.
Yeah.
And
So like that's what I was saying is that is where every single thing would go to your demo. So all your content, all your emails, all your everything just goes there. Because once they do the demo, now you got the lead.
yep.
You have them inside
They are in there and following up. And it's interesting when you were talking about driving to a calendar. So I was working with another Facebook person. It wasn't Cody, which was unusual, but we were just going over what I was going to do. He said, dude, I was like, I don't know about sending a lead form to a calendar. He's like, let me see what you're doing or what I'm about to launch this. We haven't launched it yet. He's like, okay, what you need to do is take that calendar, take all the stuff that you had on that main landing page, but simplify it for this one thing you're doing and drive them to the calendar, but have the demo at the top before they try the demo and then, fill out the calendar. And I'm like, okay. So what you were doing with your assessment where you're sending them the calendar and you're not getting the clicks, it was interesting. He said the basic same thing was going to happen with my ads. You're going to get a lot of people that fill it out, get your calendar, and they're just going to be see you. But if you put that data on that calendar page, you'll get a lot better,
Yeah,
opt-in.
that's what we're putting a video above the calendar and then some words around it. Like I don't
I'm
know how
actually
the landing page will look, but
I'm actually taking Cody's one of his VSL templates from that I've had forever and I haven't used, and then taking that template to build a calendar page, but have it be kind of like a VSL where it's a very short one, but hey, you need to do this first, then you need to do this because, again, talking to them almost at a third grade level. Hey, I'm so glad you want to find out about this. Here's what you need to do. A, do this. B, do this. C, do this. And just literally tell them what to do. I'm just going to get on screen like this, and it's going to be a very simple video. Hey, I'm Scott. You wanted to check this out. This is what you need to do. A, B, C, D. Great. If you like what you see, jump on my calendar and let's talk about it.
yeah, exactly. Exactly.
But no, the stuff you're showing, I wouldn't have thought about some of them at all. I've been online. I'd never really followed Lee Gen J, obviously a very, very bright guy.
Yeah,
I'm,
he's actually a doctor too. I just found that out. He was a doctor and he just didn't want to be a doctor anymore. So he was like, I'm gonna go start an agency. And he stopped being a doctor.
did you join his insider program or did you not?
No, I didn't. You know who did was Dominic. Dominic joined. I don't know if he's still in it. I logged into it to see it, but I've been focusing on the cold email. I mean, it's working, so I didn't really
That's
need it.
kind of the idea of his insider program, though, is like additional ideas. And he's got a one-time buy on the insider program right now for, as far as the content. I'm like, I've loaded it and I've sat there ready to push the button, but I'm like, God, that's another $1,000. That's another $1,000. I'm like, I just
Yeah.
don't know if I can pull the
How
trigger.
much is the one-time buy?
$898 with a discount.
898. Yeah.
And I've sat there, I'm like, God, I just, like anything. Could I make
Yeah.
my money back with it? Probably. Do I want to put that money out right now? Not really, because I've got your course and I've already got my plan of what I'm going to do. And I already owned, I saw some of the things. I'm like, I already own or have Apollo. It's up and running, right? I already have a lot of these things. And
Yeah.
then based on what you showed, I'm like, I don't know that I really need to go down that route, but I am looking at it. I mean, it's a hell of a buy. There's no doubt about it. It's just more money.
Yeah, exactly.
And I'm trying to use
So
that money right now for, I have 300 boxes in my in farm that are ready to go at the end of the week. And I'm like, I can send a lot of email for what I could, do other things for.
Yeah, exactly.
So it'll be
Well,
interesting.
cool. All right. Well, I
Nick.
might. Yes, Andy. What's up?
So, hey, so, bro. Yeah. Yeah, I'm getting back into the GHL, stuff in general, and just getting myself warmed up. So I decided that I want to challenge myself to get back into this IT custom build lens. So what would be the best way you think that I should go from here, as far as for making one of my first sales? Would you say it's better to go through that course that you have just created and then to just listening to all the sales call that you have in your offers? Or would you say that it's probably better off to go through your frameworks and then just go and start prospecting before finishing watching like some or all of your recorded sales calls?
Yeah. Okay, so I met you in Los Angeles, right? And one of your things was you were struggling with really finding kind of your niche. I remember when we did the breakout stuff, you were struggling with kind of getting caught up in the weeds, right? Of like, yeah, how would I do this? What if I had to do this? What if I had to do this? I challenge you to think bigger, right? Any question that you have about Go High Level, that can be handed off to Adam and Brendan, right? So you don't necessarily need to know all of that. You need to know how it works. You need to know how to have a conversation around around the maybe the bigger picture. Like instead of getting into the details of, okay, we have Core 4, we have Marcus, we have this, and this is how it works. We connect it to ChatGPT, we have assistants, and we can make a prompt, and it can go. No, it should just be, we can handle all of your leads that are coming in and direct them to where you want them to go, right? Instead of conveying the small nuances to the client, you're going to lose a lot of you're going to lose a lot of traction and you're going to confuse people. You don't want to confuse the people. And so what I would say is check out my high prospecting course, and Scott can tell you about that. And I actually I just released, well, I haven't really like talked about it, but I just put together all my sales calls in an organized fashion for the first 10 minute to 20-minute phone call to sell them the proposal. Then I have what that proposal call looks like to document everything. And then from there, I have them on the call with me closing them. And if you're going to join in January, what I would say is between now and January, one, use my affiliate link to join the group again. Don't sign up without using my affiliate link. Two would be go through my prospecting course. Go through my sales course. I try to do it very simple. Like a lot of these, like you were gonna join the what's it called? The seventh, what's it called? With Jeremy Minner. You were
Yeah,
gonna
yeah. I went to his challenge. Yeah, that the seven
the
level
challenge.
challenge, that 5 days on. It was pretty good. I was just gonna say pretty decent. I just kind of got so
Yeah,
hypnotized
and
by
but you
that they kept
mentioned
saying the word decent.
you mentioned that he didn't have things for SaaS and he didn't have this. Mine is specifically for this. It's maybe 13 videos. It's like maybe 6 or 7 of the first 10-minute phone calls to get them interested to sell them the 250 or 150 dollar document. That right there maybe has another 5, and it goes hand in hand. So like there's one with Steven, and Steven. From Steven being on the first 10-minute call, Steven being on the let's make the document, and then Steven presenting the document and closing him. Go through and really hone in and just learn that process. And in the prospecting course, go in and pick one. Either you're gonna, for the next 2 months, you are going to figure out how to get clients from YouTube. For the next 2 months, you're going to figure out how to get people from Upwork. Don't go online and figure out and try to watch and do what Scott just said, get lost in learning. You don't need to learn anymore, dude. You don't need to learn anymore. You have all the pieces to the puzzle organized for you right in front of you. Every single day, wake up, and if you're going to choose Upwork, just do Upwork. Don't do LinkedIn. Don't do YouTube. Don't do Instagram. Just focus on Upwork until you get your first client. And when you get your first client, go back and rewatch your Fathom recorded videos and figure out what worked and what didn't. And then double down on that again and go again and go back to Upwork and do that. And then work backwards, right? So I'm going to just tell you Upwork for right now. Go on to Upwork. Focus on getting a meeting, right? Record yourself on the new video option that they have. Hi, my name is Andy. I saw that you have, your description for the job. Don't try to and follow my videos of becoming a consultant, not becoming a salesperson. Just don't even worry about trying to sell them Go High Level. Don't mention Go High Level. Adjust what you are going to say in the video to what they wrote in the description and present yourself as the professional that they're looking for to get on a meeting. The first thing you're trying to do is just get a meeting. That's it. No more and no less. Okay? Inside my sales calls, you will see how I don't even talk about anything on the third step of we do this in Go High Level, we do this with AI, we do this with this, that, the other thing. No, it's only about getting them to just get on a quick 10-minute phone call. In that 10-minute phone call, sometimes it might be 20 minutes. It depends on, how the conversation goes. That is now to just sell them the $150 project scope document. You're not talking about Go High Level. You're not talking about AI. You're not talking about what you know how to do. You're just reiterating to them, hey, the best way that this can work is if we get on a call and we both build out a project scope document around your customer journey of what you want to happen in your business. I charge 150. Start out with, I charge $50 for it. Just start out very, very simple. You don't have to charge 150. You don't have to charge 250. Once you get a bunch of people that says, yeah, I'm ready to, I'll pay $50 for this. Then you can say, okay, now I charge 100. Now I charge 150. Now I charge 250, whatever it is. That right there is not to make money. It's to qualify them, and it's to get them to just say yes. Excuse me. And so from that point, if you can perfect that step to getting people to pay you to do a project scope document, Andy, I promise you, you will have an endless amount of clients. But you, myself, Scott, everybody was working in a way where we're getting pulled in different directions. How do I do this? How do I do this? I want to do this. I want to sell them AI. I want to do this. I want to do that. And then what happens is you don't have any clients and you're lost. Focus on just one thing and then move to the next step when you've perfected that. That's my biggest advice, and that's the only way that this works. I had to have a heart-to-heart with myself when I realized, why the fuck is this stuff not working for me? I come from selling millions and millions and millions of dollars worth of things I've sold, whether it's real estate, medical devices, diabetes medicine, marketing platforms, marketing programs, and I just sucked at doing this. And I was like, something's not right. I sat down and I was like, you know what? I need to like focus on just one thing and perfect it. And I did. And that was Upwork for me. YouTube is now starting to work. And in 6 weeks, I did $27,000 in profit, which is amazing for me. Is it amazing for someone that's making $1 million a year? No, but you got to start somewhere. And that starting from somewhere is literally just take it one step at a time. Because, and I see it with everybody in this group, everybody in this whole niche, the only people that have figured it out that are successful, they have clients, they have a running agency, they have a system in place to get the clients, and they keep everything super simple. I talk a lot, but my business side, I have it extremely simple. I go into the meeting knowing I am going to keep this meeting no more than 20 minutes. So I'm going to cut all the bullshit out. And the only goal of this first meeting is to get him to buy a $250 document. That's it. I'm not going to bring anything else up that's going to, confuse him or give him the pushback to say no. So between now and January, if you're going to join the group again, I would say, and I'm not trying to sell you anything, is get my course for the prospecting and the sales calls, and spend the next 2 months, watch those videos as much as you can, record them, throw the transcript into ChatGPT and say, hey, how can you help me structure this in a structured way so that I can be successful and do the same thing that this video is showing, right? And in January, let's fucking sell it, bro.
Hey, Nick, first of all, I really want to thank you for, sharing this role, the very valuable insights, and as well as your coaching here. So it's really great. Thank you, Nick. Because I think we met each other in the LH event in August or September. So I was actually in that the partnership programs 2 months ago. 2 months ago. For about 2 months, and because I was thinking before getting into those selling the digital loyalty SaaS, as you may have heard of me saying it before, right? But then, I feel that, since I talked to my friend and he just, reminded me that, like, since I need to sell anyway, you may as well to to sell, to spend about similar effort anyway. So you might as well to just, sell the high ticket items. So that's kind of what kind of really got me to thinking about, okay, well, let's kind of go all in and study and prospecting and then to get into this HLM. Now, just a few follow-up questions about what you said, because I just want to get that clarification. So just, you mentioned about like, you suggest me getting back like in January. Is that like a change or something in January? Is that why you mentioned about
No,
January?
you said that you were going to join in January, didn't you?
Uh,
You said
no,
you
I
wanted to get back in the group in January. I thought that's what you said.
no, I didn't say exactly in January. So I think I'm getting myself into it, but I mean since last time I was in a partnership program and I wasn't doing anything spectacular, doing anything special, especially because I've not been taking massive actions. I do have the intent later on joining back to the GHLM or the partnership program. But at least right now, at least I just want to learn from you, just get all the basic sales framework, and then once I kind of get some like real prospect and stuff, then if I need any technical help, then of course I would then getting back into the GHLM or the
Yeah,
partnership
you
program. So
know
that's kind
that
of my intent, to not spending my money without doing anything.
yeah, of course. Yeah, I misunderstood you. For some reason, I thought that you said you were going to get back in January. That's why I said that. But
Oh no.
if you know that Cody and Raul have uh they have a $97 a month program, which that would get you in front of Cody and Raul to
Yeah.
help you with figuring out your offer, figuring out ads if you want to run ads in congruence with my two courses, right? And so those two, the prospecting course and the sales, now you can build this machine of, okay, here's my offer, right? Here's what I'm doing, and I'm following this protocol of a 10 to 20-minute phone call, selling the project scope document, you know, building out the project scope document, and then closing it, right? So what I would do is until you get your first client, right? Don't join the Go High Level Mastery stuff just yet. Go and get
Yeah,
that.
this is exactly what I thought. That's my
Yeah.
plan too. So unless if I get my very, very first one.
Make that your motivation, because at that point now you'll have the money to pay for it. The client is paying for it. And then you just rinse and repeat and you keep doing that. And now you'll become profitable and you'll be able to sell off the build to Adam and Brendan and go back to and get as many clients as you can. You're not using your time anymore. They're handling it. I'll help you on the sales calls when you're in the partner program. And Raul and Cody, if you join the $97, I forget the name of it. It's the
Yeah, I got that link in the email. Yeah, when I left the partnership program, they did also mention I can at least to be in the GSD group so that I can, to just at least get some opportunity to talk to them. So that's something that I've got in my mind too. So I think I'm so glad that you mentioned that, because there's something more or less 80% of what I've got in mind in terms of the steps and the timeline to do so.
yeah. So I will ask if you
Also,
do join anything. I mean, think
yeah, I'll
about
always ask you, man. No
in my
worries.
affiliate
Yeah.
link, because that's what I mean. This is 2 hours every Sunday. It does help pay for my stuff, but if
Yeah,
you
absolutely,
join,
man. Yeah, always on top of
use
my mind. There's without a shadow of a doubt, man. I got you, bro. I got
so
you.
all right, cool.
Yes.
But yeah, well, I think the
Yeah.
other thing is I might change the time to these Sundays, and I might change it to later in the day.
Perfect.
I,
That'd be
I've had a
better for
lot
me.
of people ask me. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna send out an email and see kind of maybe at like 5 p.m. on Sundays Eastern time. What does that work for anybody?
It does not. I've got a 4 o'clock that goes 4 to 6 every Sunday.
So maybe even later at night, like
I
7
take it later.
p.m.
That's fine. I do 7. I don't want to miss this, but I have a standing 4 to 6 every Sunday with a mastermind group.
Okay, so maybe 7 p.m. And that would be Eastern time.
Yeah, 7 Eastern.
Okay, so yeah, I don't know. I haven't heard from people have been asking me to change it because I guess Sunday people go to church. It's 11 o'clock. It's 10 o'clock my time. And that means it's like 8 o'clock in the morning for people in California. So we'll see. But all right, cool. So
I got one last question for you.
yeah, go ahead.
The sales calls that you did, that training, is that already in the partner back office, or do I need to go buy it somewhere? Because I really did want to go through it tonight before I
I
have to
have
make
it
all the phone.
separate. I have that separate in my own stuff. Because I
You
don't
got
have
whatever. I'm happy to pay for the access, but I'd love to get access and go through it tonight.
okay, let me let me pull up where that is. I don't even know what the address is of it.
Because I know Adam's been talking about it and promoting it, and I'm like, yeah, this your sales calls, I would definitely like, and in a easy to find, organized. This is A through C for
Yeah,
you.
it's all organized. I spent some time the other day going through all my recordings and trying to find out where they were.
I know I can find them in the Facebook group, but it's kind of like, well, where's this one and which one goes with that one? And I'm like, yeah, it'd be easier if it was.
I don't think I haven't told anybody really that I put all these together.
You had mentioned it on one of our earlier calls you were doing. I was like, yeah, I'd love to have that. I could use that.
And what it will be is it will be a continuous update of the calls. Like every time I have a call, I just add more.
That'd be awesome. I would be very, very open to having that. See, that's part of the learning process when you're using it to apply it to something you're already doing. It's well worth being in the learning process. It's like, yep, I'm at that stage. I need this next step to get it mastered.
Yeah, I mean, like I go back and I watch these videos and I try to see like, okay, how can I improve myself? What would I have done differently? I do watch these calls myself. Um, there's some in here that like even I put this one I turned down because I just don't want to deal with
Don't want
it,
to deal with it. Yeah,
you know, or they just don't qualify.
right.
So
Nick, so with this link that you just dropped it in there, like is that the same the video vote link as the upsell from the other page, from that $20 page? I mean the $20 cost page,
yeah,
or are
it's
they
the same.
different?
And inside that it has both the links to get the either the prospecting one or the sales one. So whichever one you end up buying, you'll still get the link for the other one. They're just separate
Okay.
inside the membership area. You know how like Adam and Brendan have
Mhm.
you know all the different courses that get access because it's in Go High Level. I just put everything inside there.
I see. So if I just make a purchase with the link that you just dropped it in there, that would include both all your uncovered
No,
sales call video.
it's separate.
And
It's
next,
separate.
should I use the same email that I use to sign up when I'm logging into the partner back office, or does it matter?
I would use the same one just so that when you log in, both of them are there.
Now I
Let
gotta
me
remember which freaking email.
here, I'll tell you.
You can let me know which one.
It's Scott at Simple.
Yep, that's it. Okay. I didn't know if it was a simple or the SAS. Got it.
So, all right, cool.
Cool.
Yeah, okay.
Oh, you know what,
Hmm.
Scott? The thing is, you have the prospecting course inside. So what I'm going to do is I'll add the prospecting course inside this one too.
Okay, cool. Yeah, then I'll use
Because
the
you have that inside Adam and Brendan's account.
okay, I'll use the simple because that's the core legal name, and I'm trying to get everything updated to that one.
Yeah, so I just added you to that.
Perfect. I'm paying for it now.
Nick, sorry. For clarification, the link that you just dropped, so is it like the is it the same as that high level prospecting with the upsell, or are they actually different content for the videos?
It's the same. It's the same.
Okay, but if I get that one, I will also get that prospecting cost, right? For the link that you just dropped it.
Well, you're gonna go through two different. If you went to the homepage, basically it's gonna have the prospecting course, and then on the next page, it's gonna upsell you to the sales calls. So either way, if you click on the link individually,
Oh, I see.
it's gonna be the same thing. It's just at a different page, right? Like the reason why I sent it here to Scott is because he already has the prospecting course. I'm not gonna make him go through the whole funnel. Just give him the single page.
Oh, I see. Got it. So it's one is to sell the product A and then B, and then the other one is to sell the product B and then A.
Yeah. So my point is,
see.
whichever one you buy, let's say you buy the prospecting course right now. When you go in there, inside the description, there's going to be a link to buy the sales
I see
calls.
now.
So
Got it.
you could just buy one and then you'll get the other one inside the course. Does that make sense?
Okay.
Hey, Nick, you just made
No, I
$89.
totally understood. Thank you. I'm goodbye now too.
No
Thank you.
worries.
Mhm.
You just made $89 for your morning.
Oh, okay. Nice.
Yeah.
Happy to pay
I'm
it.
good to now
It
too.
is
It's gonna come back to you.
all good stuff. Well, thank you, sir. I've got to jump. I got to go finish building, and then because this is a demo and I'm not turning it over to Adam and Brendan, I got to go finish building the inbound workflow for my Ava system. It is freaking amazing what it can do. But I've got a big call with a large another one, not even the one we were dealing with before, HVAC company, and my new service agreement person that I'm working with says, hey, can you have a demo ready for this tomorrow? Because they'd really like to know about the voice. And I'm like, yeah, I've got the outbound already built. He said, yeah, they've seen that. They want to see the inbound. So I'm like, okay, back to building automation this morning. But I mean, that's my sales method. Demo to, okay, great. Now can we do a journey call? You know, and if they've already done the demo and they're in, I'm not charging them for my time to do that because they've already proved to me they're serious.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, the what's it called? The payment really is not. I mean,
It's
you
a
make a little bit of money
qualification.
off of it, but it's just to qualify them.
Yeah, I mean, these guys are already serious. They've already seen that. Like, okay, great. And so he tagged me this morning. He's like, "Hey, I know this is fast notice, but I'd love to have you jump in and get this done for tomorrow's call. Can you do that?" I said, "Yep." So I appreciate you very much, and I will see you in the group this week.
Cool, man.
Have a great rest of your day. Bye,
Thank you,
guys.
Nick.
You
Peace
too.
out. Bye.
You guys. Bye.